Okay, guys, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Day, and I want to welcome everybody to who's watching this, and I want to share in the Christmas spirit. But I want to do something a little bit different, and you may see this video in different places, but the same video in different places that I'll put it on. And I wanted to kind of just do a little Christmas, I don't know, blessing or wish or just a little talk, and just to share some stuff. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was kind of thinking, what can I do? I'm not the Queen. I'm not doing a Christmas message. And there's nothing really special about me. But what I can do is to share as much wisdom and love as I can. And then it kind of dawned on me. I saw a post from a beautiful girl. Her name is Sky Jost. And she's actually a member of our family. She's a member of Joe's family. And she did something for her father, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. And it hit me kind of hard in the heart. It was beautiful to see. And it made me think of a lot of different aspects. And, many times when we, whether we're spiritual teachers or, whatever it is that we do in life, we can learn from others and we can learn from our experiences, and we have a lot of experiences that often that we forget about, and often that teach us great lessons. And a lesson is only as important as you can remember it. And so I want to kind of share a little kind of story, personal stories from myself and and my wife Joanne now, and what it means, what it kind of means to us, what Christmas means to us. And there's no fancy intros with this or anything else. This is just going straight into the information and talking about it. And so if you sit back today in Christmas, and this message will carry throughout all the year, because we could have Christmas Day every day if we wanted to, and that doesn't necessarily mean with just the gifts. But when I was a kid, when I was growing up and I was going to the monastery, and we talk about Christmas, and from our Christmas experiences when we're young, we are immediately indoctrinated really into the gift giving and the presents and all that goes with it, and the Christmas dinner and the pomp and the circumstance. And we often forget what the real message is of this time. Even, look beyond the birth of Jesus and beyond anything like that. It's primarily a time of love, a time of forgiveness, a time of compassion, a time of understanding. It goes beyond the material realm, and it goes beyond even just events in history. And we kind of think about, when we were young and we were so excited about opening our presents and getting our presents and what we wanted. I recently was helping a lady with certain experiences in her life. And one of the things I say is there's a difference between what we want, desire, and need. Now, when I was young and when I was going to the monastery and I was spending time with monks and things, everything kind of gets indoctrinated in religion, and Christmas and Easter and all these different festivities and festives that we take part in has an underlying dogmatic feel to it, and we often forget the essence of the message and what it's all about. So I kind of wanted to show a little example of something. Even when I was in the army and we had Christmas in the army, a lot of guys would be stagging on, and we would all, either pull straws, or we would pay someone. If we were dicked for duty, we would pay someone to do that duty so that we could go home. It's all about celebration and buying presents and gifts and things like that. And we still never think about what it really actually means. And you can look at way back to World War I and World War II and things in Christmas where they have ceasefires, and in conflict we have ceasefires. It's a time where we kind of look to stop everything and have peace, love and harmony in the world. And like, I woke up today and I see there's a bomb that's going off somewhere in America, and that is really sad, because why would you try and target at a time where there's so much peace, love and harmony? And this is a time where we can make the right decisions, and we can forget people's transgressions, and we can forgive, and we can show love, and we can show harmony. But the greatest thing beyond the present and beyond anything else is to feel what it means to serve and to give joy to another. And whilst, we're growing up and we get our jobs and, we're part-time jobs and we save up and we want to give and we want to buy things, and there's a lot of pressure at Christmas, a lot of pressure and most of the year to buy and to give people things, or, to fulfill their material wishes and desires. I remember, as we go on in life, I got married and then I got divorced, and then we celebrate Christmases in different ways, and we experience Christmas in different ways. And when I met Jo, and we got married, and we went to we got married and we decided we're going to go to America and find our dream. This is before we were even here. And we'd have, we'd write books, and we all have delusions of grandeur, and we gave everything away. A lot of stuff we gave away to the poor and everything else. We were starting a new life, not knowing and not understanding what it meant to do that, and what it meant to go and not have any intelligence behind us, and to understand that you can't just go into another country and stay there, and you can't just go into another country and make your life. There is so many laws and regulations and so many barriers and boundaries and all sorts of things. And so eventually, after that, we had a long time on our honeymoon, and we spent a lot of time here. I got my first book deal, and then we returned to the UK, and we went to Canada and stuff, and then we returned to the UK, and we returned with nothing, and we returned with no money, no income, no jobs, no nothing. So what do you do? And it came a time when it was coming to Christmas, and we didn't have a lot at all. In fact, we had virtually nothing. And I remember that I had been doing some other little jobs and little things, and got a little bit of money together. And Jo had seen this beautiful red coat, and this we didn't even know if we'd have enough just to even buy one thing, or even to buy a Christmas dinner. And cut a very long story short, I did a few things. I did a few private sittings and readings and stuff like that. Got a little bit together, and the only gift that we were able to buy that year, I was able to buy my beautiful wife a red coat that she really loved. And what was so special about that time was not about anything that I was getting, or not about the gifts or anything else. It was about me being able to give whatever I possibly could to make someone happy, to give them joy. And the greatest gift that I ever received was in the blessing of how I felt in giving that joy. And a lot of time we forget that we can have that same feeling daily in every aspect of our lives. We can give and we can show joy and happiness to people, and it's up to us to make that decision. We can carry Christmas on in our hearts every single day if we want to, but it seems to be that we often forget that once Boxing Day is gone, and once after that's gone, the New Year's gone, bumps right into the rat race. And this has been a heavy year for everyone. There's a lot of people that won't have as many gifts under the tree, they won't have things. But at this time is about peace. This time is about harmony. The greatest gift that you can give is prayers. And the greatest gifts that you can give is to spread joy and happiness. And that brings me on to this example that I saw, which was amazing. And I'm going to put a post up here because it was a post, and it came from a member of Jo's family, Christopher, great guy. And he's very spiritual in himself. And I saw the post of what he said about what his daughter had given him. And what his daughter had given him was not an Xbox or a computer or a CD or a player or anything like this. There was a beautiful red gift bag, if you like. I don't know if she made it. And this is Sky, whatever you did. And to you, Sky, if you're listening to this, you really embodied the spirit of what Christmas is. Because what that was a number of messages in a bag. And the messages in that red Christmas bag was exactly what her father meant to her. beautiful notes like "You're the reason I am here," and I can talk to you, and I'll put the picture up so you can see it. But that probably made more to Christopher than anything remotely material or financial or anything that he could have got, because it came from the heart and it came from the soul. And I almost think about when we go back to old times, and we go back to Scrooge, and the Christmas Carol story. It's a wonderful story. It's one of my favourites. It has so many lessons about the joy of giving and the joy of spreading peace and happiness, and to dispel the ego and to dispel the material concepts that drive us. And I think the greatest, in almost seeing what Sky had actually done with her father and sending those notes came from her heart and her soul. It was a part of her that she released to give freely without condition. That is love without condition. It is phenomenal, and it's something that we can all learn from. It's something that is beyond the measure of anything that you have in your bank. And whilst we do need material things to survive in a material world, it is important to get balance, and it's important to understand the real root of who we are, being spiritual beings, the real root of what Christmas actually means, what Easter means, what all of these feasts in all religions and all times, what it actually means, the underlying seed of truth that exists. So my message is to remember that and hold that idea in your hearts daily, not just at Christmas, but every day from now on. Today is the day you get to live a miracle. Today's the day you get to live a miracle. 24 hours every day, God gives you a new miracle to live. And you can change your circumstance at any given time by making a decision, having an awareness and taking action and making the decision. So think about what it is that you can put out into the world. And if it is a little gift, if it's a little word or a little note or something that actually comes from the heart and the soul, or a prayer, it's the greatest gift that you can give. So I applaud Sky for teaching us lessons today. And I put out my thanks and my love to everybody and people that follow me and people that interact with me. I respect everyone, and I see everyone as equal, and I hope that everyone is having a joyous and happy day today, and continues this all the way through the year that's coming forward. So guys, have a wonderful Christmas and have a very blessed Christmas. And just remember that we remind ourselves of what the root of what this means. It is not about the gluttony. It's not about the greed. It's not about anything like that. It's about the seed that we can sow from our heart, because the seed that we can sow from our heart can reap a beautiful forest that gives life continual. And for those of us who have lost loved ones, this day is a day not to be sad. This day is a day to remember them. This day is a day to feel them around you and to remind yourself of the beautiful times that you had. Because whilst material things disappear and are only temporary, your memories last forever. God bless, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful Christmas. And when it comes, a great new year. Bye-bye.